Hello, all you hardcores out there. How you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. 2 seconds. Hey, pal. Welcome to
You're
Park.
right.
Joined by Terry. Uh, Dave Allen, the White Rhino. He shouldn't be,
Yeah.
shouldn't be a guy.
Just look. I don't know what Dave's trying to do. What level is he trying to reach? Does he just want to fight for an area belt? Does he want to fight for the British? Because what's he going to do? Who's got the belt now? Fabio Wardy. What's Dave Allen going to do against Fabio?
Nothing. He get took out, wouldn't he? It'd be like a messy affair, wouldn't it? Like do you know what? If Dave would have been fit, I think he could have pushed Big Freeze, if he were fit for that fight. And that's why you always used to say, Terry, didn't you, when we first started doing this, fighters should always be ticking over, shouldn't they? Especially heavyweights, because how they don't have to make weight, do they, like everybody else?
Listen, Anthony Joshua is one of the best heavyweights on the planet right now. Yeah.
Why though? Why? How, Terry?
Which mean how? Like, I don't know how, but he is because he's in that discussion, right? If
Well,
I say name five top heavyweights, Joshua's in that discussion.
yeah, he is. Is the era that poor when we're saying Joshua's one of the top five, or is that just a run of the mill competitive division?
Um, let's take a different spin on it. Since he won his Olympic gold medal, do you think there's a heavyweight apart from maybe Usyk who's had more training sessions between then and now than Anthony Joshua?
Looking at the situation like I do, and from what I've heard from people that I know in the industry, Usyk is a gym rat. I've heard Joshua used to be a gym rat, but he ain't now. And I've heard he doesn't even do cardio. That's what I've heard. The running cardio. I'm not on about the other stuff, the easy stuff, swimming and stuff. People doing 65 lengths and all that for a mile and that. I'm not about that. I'm on about running, hard running. Frotch always used to say to me, Clinton Woods, Robin Reed, you're going to be a world champion. You've got to be a middle distance runner as well as a boxer fighter. You got to have it all, haven't you? But that's
No, well, okay, no.
why do
So
they
you got
say that? World champions say that it's very important that you do your runs. Very important. Josh Whale used to do 6 miles with Mick
yeah,
Follow.
but he's a dwarf. No disrespect him, the guy's a dwarf. You're asking a 6'6", 17.5 stone man to be running like he's
Frank
Moses
Bruno
Canoeing.
used to do them, didn't he? Because Jimmy Tibbs told me. He used to
Have you
say,
seen Frank? No, have you seen Frank Bruno walking now?
walking
You
all
see,
right.
you seen him walking now.
No, what's
Look
it?
at his hips are ruined. His knees are ruined.
Yeah, I know, yeah, but Jimmy Tibbs said to me, Frank, he could believe the
Stop
road.
listening to these old dinosaurs, man. They ruin boxers. I'm telling you this for a fact now. Yeah. All that running when you're heavy is shin splints. Your knees are shot. Your hips are shot. It hurts your lower back. Don't like when your Carl Froch's weight, what was he fighting at? 75, 76?
Yeah, he was
That's a good
165.
running weight.
Yeah, he's
Yeah. That's a good running weight, right? You're adding another 40 kilos onto Joshua. You're adding about 50% of Carl Froch's weight on top.
but what I mentioned there about before you bit my head off, before what I mentioned there about Frank Bruno, because I've read his book and I've read loads of magazines, I'm like you, I'm an historian, I studied the game. Obviously I've interviewed with Jimmy Tibbs, and he's not the only person that spoke to me about Frank Bruno's training regime. Apparently, he was a gym rat, Bruno, and he used to do this run, and then he'd do this. There's like a lake down there. Him and George Francis would get in this lake and they'd swim in. At Amstead Heath, is it? I might be wrong, but I'm sure I read that in his book. You're an hard trainer, and I've seen him in Vegas doing runs in desert, and I thought, well, if a big man like Frank Bruno can get up and run, why can't you Joshua's?
I'm going to say it
Like you
again,
just
Russ.
said, I know you said it
Look,
with joints and that.
go and see what Frank Bruno's like when he walks now.
When you used to train Jonathan Pilata, did,
Yeah.
didn't you make him do road work, Terry?
Uh, John ran, but we mixed it up. So I always used to say to John, you want to get about 30 minutes of road work in, about 3 times a week. Just to build the conditioning in your calves and your ankles and your feet. You want to build strength in your calves, ankles, and feet. It's not necessarily for that raw, all-out fitness, but it's for that conditioning, right? So your body's used to being dynamic on the balls of your feet for 30 minutes because generally that's what you're going to fight. And that's a good enough load. And remember, when John started his pro journey, he was 96 kilo.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, I mean, he could have done cruiser if he wanted to. And that kind of took some of the strain off. But John will also do a lot of stuff like stair running. So 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute rest, 3 minutes on, 1 minute rest.
Yeah.
And
That's like
you
me
got
with my
balance.
jogging in the morning, Terry, innit? One
Yeah.
minute, 1 minute running and 3 minutes walking. That's why I can't.
That's what.
John Fury's.
Yeah. It's for us. It's what you want, though. So, and here's the example I always use with people. I say to them, you can run 5 miles 5 times a week, right? 25 miles in a week you can run. You won't know how many of those miles are actually adding value to your fitness. It may only be 10, it may be 12. You don't know. A lot of guys just run. They don't test these things to see, well, actually, if I increase my running, does my fitness go up or not? And people go, well, if you run more, you'll be fitter. And it's not necessarily true in boxing because a lot of your stamina is mental. People don't even understand that. A lot of your stamina in that ring is mental. And if you don't work on that, no point in running.
So you don't agree with road work in the morning, then? No?
No, you heard me say it. I believe it's got a place, but I think you need a mix, right? Because there's that base level of fitness, which is just getting your cardio system to work, right? And I don't mind jogging for that. That's fine. But then I need you to be able to work at a certain power output for 3 minutes. Then I need you to rest for a minute so your body knows how to recover from that and then go again. You can't really get that with running.
Why not?
Because there's only so much you can generate. There's only so much force you can generate when you run. Versus, that's why if you look at it like those GB cyclists, look how much power they can generate on a watt bike. Because you can really turn the resistance up. Whereas when you're running, it's a lot harder, and it's a lot harder to measure. So you don't get that numerical feedback as well. So you've got to have a mix of training modalities to get your fitness up. All of them are valuable. You can't just hang your hat on one of them.
Who's the hardest trainer down there at the lodge?
Everyone trains like animals, man. Like we all train like animals.
Like me.
Ah,
I've got to train in a minute. Got to train in a minute. I've only had that.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of them boys, they do a lot of work in their own time. And I really like that. You know, Saturdays, Battersea Park, we do the track sessions.
You
It's
do
important. Yeah, everyone does track sessions. So if I need to work on something myself individually, yeah, I'll go up to Paddington Rec and go and do some sprints up there.
God.
I want to see if I can get. I was saying to someone, see if I can get a sub 11.500. But it's a lot of effort, mate. Got to lose a bit of weight to do that.
Yeah. 2 seconds, sir. I've just got somebody to come up on the camera. 2 seconds.
Wait right there, John Fury. Got some serious questions for you. Just wait right there, John. Oh, God. Oh, where is he, man? I hope they edit this bit out. So if you get to listen to this, unlucky, but they'll edit this out. This is a test of whether they watch everything. So we're going to find out today.
They were next door for next door. I thought it was Big John Fury. They come to strangle me. Pop, pop, bang. 100 before I punished you on the hot fire. Right. Canelo. We're going to switch it now to Canelo. Bit of silence there, Terry, but a bit of chat about him wanting to come to Saudi for 200 million for Benavidez. What do you think to that statement? It's crazy, isn't it?
I don't think they care. I don't think the Saudis care. I just don't. If Canelo hasn't been there now, why would they want him now? And also, why would you pay 200 million? You're not going to make 200 million back on Canelo. If Joshua's 20 mil, why is Canelo 200?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. You'd say Joshua were as big as him, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but and I mean Josh's English is a lot better as well, so he's got that broader kind of appeal in the English speaking world. Um, I think we've hit this problem though, Russ, with boxing, where everyone's waiting for the Saudi check. So if you've got an interesting rivalry bubbling, you're like, nah, I'm going to see if the Saudis want this fight before I do anything. And what that means is we've got no one really anchoring the UK shows now, right? Joshua's committed to Saudi, Fury's committed to Saudi. Eubank's making noises about, yeah, I'll fight so and so in Saudi. Dillian's talking about Saudi. Derek's talking about Saudi. So who's going to anchor the shows here?
Well, that's where we're at, isn't it? Well, Adam Smith's making a lot of noise about that, and this is why I think that, you know, Izzy, I think Izzy probably could be the man to do it now in UK because there's only really him after Bricktop and Eddie, isn't there, putting out on and Calla. So I think Izzy will probably be getting Sky dates and let them run with it because he's passionate about it and it's a new face in the on. See, don't you think?
Yeah, but my question will still remain: who anchors his franchise?
What do you mean anchors it?
Who's the guy that we all get behind on his platform?
Him.
No, but which boxer?
Oh, which boxer? No, that's a good question. He needs a big signing, doesn't he, really? But he's got
They're
you.
all in Saudi. Like you can't even get a big signing because everyone's just parked up waiting for Saudi.
No, they all think they're going to get to Saudi, Terry, but it's
Yeah.
not all nailed on for everybody. You know that, don't you?
Nah, but Russ, the money's so good. You're almost like, look, I'll sit around for the 700 grand.
I know people that have gone out there to Saudi and they're talking to people I know that are out there. And these people think they're in the mix. And these other people I know are saying they definitely know that these people going out there are not ever going to be in the mix. So I think a lot of them need to have a good, hard look at themselves and think, you know what, I've missed boat here. Move on and go in a different direction because hanging around like a bad smell out there when you're shot to bits, not a good look, I don't think, Terry, do you? Oh, it's that hard.
Mate,
Oh,
they're only listen, I'll tell you this now. There are only two classes of people that are going to get that Saudi money. Yeah. Strategic assets and pet projects. That's it. So if you're not a friend of a promoter, like a friend as in, they respect you and they call you, you ain't going to get it unless you're a marquee name, right? That's all the Saudis want. They want the marquee names to hold the cards down, and then they just want people to fill the cards.
do you think that Bellew will come back, Terry?
No.
Not doing a lot of talk about it all the time. Do you think he just does it to stay mix?
Isn't that why they all do it? Isn't that why they all get their podcasts? Isn't this why they all do YouTube channels? Because,
To stay relevant, do you think?
yeah, but they're all irrelevant. Once you stop boxing,
What are you
you're
going to do if you
irrelevant.
stop boxing? I mean, look at Carl, right? Stop boxing. He's not out there building all the time, is he? He likes to go out on the site, but what can he fill his day with? Training and kids to school and all that. You got to do something, haven't you? He does obviously keeps himself busy, but it's nice just to have a leisurely day, isn't it? I'd have thought as a retired boxer, but not everybody's financially set up. There's only 3%. The other 97% have still got to think what they're going to do in 35, haven't they? Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of these guys don't. And so think about it. Think how many boxers retire. No one knows who they are, and no one cares. I mean, they go to the Xboxers Association. That's all well and good, but deep down, no one cares because we appreciated you for the entertainment you gave us. We didn't ask you to do anything else. So once you stop entertaining us, it's like, oh, mate, good luck in whatever you do.
yeah, yeah. I see where you're coming from.
I think the problem with boxing is we don't have an off ramp. So if you look at, give you an example with rugby. Yeah, um, there's a player called Danny Kerr. Danny Kerr is England's scrum half. Well, he's our substitute scrum half. I think he's just retired from England actually.
Yeah.
Danny's about 37, and his club are already looking at options for him. So it's like, Danny, what do you want to do when you retire? And his rugby club, they'll use their network of members and they'll say, look, we've got this guy retiring. How can you help? So when you come out of rugby, that last year and a half, they look after you so that when you do retire, you got something to go straight into.
Mm. And when you played rugby, was that like a national, sorry, a curriculum on school thing, because I
No,
know Zimbabwe.
never played for my school.
Yeah, but well, when did you take rugby then?
I was in year 12. So I played men's. I went straight into men's rugby at 16.
Oh, right, right. You must have been good then, Terry.
I was brave, not really good. I was brave. And then when I went to uni, I played for Rotherham for a bit. So I played in the academy at Rotherham. Then I
Oh,
played
big.
for Sheffield. Yeah, played for Sheffield down at Door.
Oh, Door. That's where that's up near where Big Ron's got an house up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think you would ever be a rugby man, Terry. But you're like an educated person. A lot of people who go to universities, they're all rugby people, aren't they? A lot, I think.
No, I was just crap at football.
Oh, oh God, could you play?
Nah,
Three.
they'd always have me in a team, and I either played sweeper or played just in front of the back four. Like you see that role that John Stones has, where he just steps in.
John Stone, yeah, he's good in.
Well, I wasn't as good as him, but I occupied similar positions, just badly.
I'll tell you, you're going to get roasted for that. Well, like John Stones, that left back for Man City. Is it Man City?
Man City, he's the centre back. But so my job was just to either sweep or just step in,
Yeah.
and that's what I did. I ruined people. Like that's my job. I just ruined people. Got the ball, passed it to someone who could do something. That was my job.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know Fitzroy Lodge? How long has it been going that, Terry? Because it's got a bit of pull on it. I've been looking online, but I did look when how long it been going. But the Mick Carney guy, he put his time in there. We did a bit of research, but I forgot how long you were actually there. Can you tell us? Because somebody had actually mentioned it to me last week, and done a little bit of a look. I could be there all day. I did 20 minutes. I had a good look.
So so
Robinson,
from when
Ed
from,
Robinson's on some pictures.
yeah, so when he walked through the door, that's well over 50 something years ago. Like look at it for context, right? His club captain was Tony Burns, who went on to run Repton, and that will tell you
Tony
how
Burns,
old.
old Tony Burns, never.
That's how old school Mick was. Do you see what I mean? So he did that. He did the Canadian team in 1972 at the Olympics.
Oh, Alan
Uh,
Minter and
hmm?
Minter and them on it. Went there, didn't they?
Well, Minter's not Canadian, but yeah, I
Oh,
get
oh,
your point.
sorry. No, Alan Minter won a gold, a bronze in '72, like me. No.
Yeah, but he's not Canadian, so it's still part of the story for
Well, how
us.
come Mick Carney's involved with Canadians if he's a Brit?
They asked him.
Oh, they asked him. Oh, right. Well, if he's got expertise in amateur boxing, why not? I mean, he was a
Yeah.
gentleman.
So yeah,
They were big
listen.
mates, weren't they?
Yeah, he ran that, man. He ran it pretty much till he passed. Do you know what I mean? And not many people will do that now.
Which gym did Groves and De Gale go? Was that Dale Youth at Stonebridge?
Do you know what I love is that you pretend to be an expert, and I can just hear that you're guessing. Stonebridge is a completely different club.
Sorry, Dale. Sorry. Oh, so well. When I used to live at Empire Court, Wembley, North End Road, Wembley. That's where I used to live. HA9 OAJ, numbers 170, Empire Court. So I used to live at Wembley.
Yeah.
Uh, when I
So they
were,
pulled all that down now. It's all new flats around there now.
oh, is it opposite Wembley Park Tube Station?
They pulled, yeah, it's all new around. Well,
Yes,
from when you
no,
was
you're on
living.
about Chalk Hill, opposite the tracks. I'm on about, I lived at my auntie's. She bought a flat down there. And you know that same flat now is 450 grand. She get 38 for it, or 33. She'd
Yeah,
be
she's
joking.
doing all right.
She'd be joking. No, she didn't. She sold it for 60 and come up and thought it were good to buy an house up here. And now what that's worth now. Well, this one up here has not gone up like that one, has it? But you don't know it's going to go up there and all that. But point I want to make is, so was Stonebridge one here there? Because I remember once I've been out and I didn't have any money to get home. And you can't get a black cab if you've got no money. So it took forever. And I remember I walked through Stonebridge. And when I got the inn, they were really worried. And so obviously, I was 16, 17-year-old. And they're like, where you been? Oh, walked it. Where did you walk it? Oh, by Stonebridge. Oh, you didn't, did you? You can't go around there. Because my auntie got mugged, didn't she, when they lived on Chalk Hill Estate? Because she had a council flat. That's where she moved to, off at tracks to Wembley Park.
Mate, Stonebridge used to be wild. So that
Wild.
was so
God,
when you so,
walking
so
by there and me Adidas Sambas like some.
there are a
Even
lot
out a
of
rough area until I was told. And next day, everybody was like, "No, you didn't, did you?" I'm like, "Yeah." Well, like badge of honor. No, happened to me, but I didn't buy again.
nah, it's one of those places where
Oh,
like you have
Americans from there, innit? Oh, Bigfoot. It's
who?
like 22 feet. Audley's from there, isn't he?
Wardley.
Audley, Harrison. He's from Stonebridge, isn't he? Audley Harrison, if you go look on it on his amateur cards.
Is he Stonebridge or Harlesden?
Harlesden, that's it, Harlesden. That's nearby on Tube. It's like the brown colour, isn't it? Because there's the silver colour, that's Jubilee, or is it that purple one? Well, I used to go from Earl on the purple one, and it's like a train, not a tube underground. That I'm talking like a modern here, Anna, but you can imagine somebody 16 going to live in London, can't you, like me, from here, from mining village. I was like, oh, Mum, you're not going to believe it. There's loads of birds' numbers in phone box here. I'm not going to be a virgin much longer. She's like, what? I'm like, yes, they're all over the place. And then on my first day, I was walking about going, look at all these numbers I wrote down out of phone box, like some idiot. And they're like, you what?
That is the
Rusty
definition,
fools.
mate. The definition of country mouse right now. That isn't that old story, the town mouse and the country mouse.
People were like, and then they started calling me Yorkie. Here, hell, Yorkie, what you done to your barn? I had it diving all down there. But I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. But you know what I found amazing about it? Went to London. I could walk for ages when I wasn't working at night. Obviously, because I didn't have a lot of money down there. I want a drinker. I used to walk at night and just absorb it all, and you can go forever. And all the different smells are going down, like Hales Court, Kensington. You know, them like all different types of food you can smell, can't you? Oh, you can
Mm.
smell where I'm from. Then we're a chippy, mate. And 2 mile away at Warmsworth, we've got Golden Dragon, a Chinese. I remember when it opened, it was like, there's a Chinese. It's what like in late 80s or something. There's a Chinese. Wow. Now look at us, we can't move for them. True though, isn't it?
Mate, you're gonna get roasted in the comments today.
Really bothered anyway about all that. I'm just trying to send it. There's restaurants all over, isn't there? Chinese ones. They're everywhere. I'm not saying it's bad food and that. I don't want Johnny Bosch's army getting on my back over it. I like that Thai food anyway down here. Scott Brunt took me to a place down here. Bang on, it's right under the bridge on Barbara Hall Industrial Estate. Next time you come here, Terry, I'm going to take you down, me and Scott. You will love it. You like Thai food, don't you? It's mainly vegetables and all that, you know. Really good food. Robin Reed got me eating it. And I said, I want to try it. And then he took me, Scott. He said, he wants to try this porky, lad. But, yeah, have you tried Thai food?
Yeah.
All right, isn't it? Well, you can understand me being a Fray Bentos man. Huh? You know what I mean? Coal miners. Take it piss out me when I went about in London, aren't you? Well, I won't say I'm a country bumpkin, but you know, we're an eye opener for me going down there. I mean, let's have it right. It's like a concrete jungle, isn't it? Some of
I
them.
would say this: there's Britain and there's London, and the
Yeah.
two are very different.
I mean, how do you cope down there, right? If you've got a car, you can't give it anything, can you? I mean, if
What?
you want to open your car up and give it something, you've got to go out at 4 in the morning or something, and then you've got cameras all over. There's no, it's not a car friendly place. And every time I've been there, I've had letters in post, you know, for emissions and all sorts.
Yeah, it's that thing, mate. Like what the hell do you need to drive for in London anyway? Where are you going?
Terry Richards always got it off to a T. He's got one of them. My mum used to have one of them little Make Smarts, free tax, go anywhere in it, 100 tick gallon, or one of them, hasn't he? Del boy, he's not daft, is he?
Nah, listen, that guy drives around in an S63 AMG. That's what he
Oh,
shows up to training in. Yeah. Listen, he's not stupid.
oh, and there's me thinking that, oh, he probably got a little Mercedes Smart registration on his other car as
I
well.
think he got his after Harry Styles got one. So Harry Styles had an S63. He'd come to training in an S63. And then Derek was like, I'm getting one.
Greedy them, Terry, you know.
Ah, mate.
Oh,
I think if you can afford to buy that, you can afford to run that.
I remember Davy Day, you were the first one to get one when they came out. You know, he got a Brabus. Do you remember that white one? And he gave it his wife. He gave fortune for that. Hey, honestly, massive money for it. and about a year later, we were worth half. But I remember he had a Brabus, he had all lock put on it. I remember 20 big 21-inch wheels on it, big old wide alloys on back, full kit on it, and that. It looked really nice. But he's that type of, he likes them type of cars, doesn't he, Davey? Because they fit his personality, don't they? I bet he's parked some corkers outside Lodge, hasn't he?
No, it doesn't come to the lodge.
Did he come there no more? No.
No.
He's got that thing under that like Archers thing, and he's got a gym there, hasn't he?
Nah, he's given that up now.
Giving it up now, though. I'm really surprised there, Terry. You know, I'm really, really, really surprised.
Why? What does he need it for?
Well, you'd have thought somebody like him would have wanted to still keep his leg in the sport and keep his eye on a few fighters. Really?
Okay, but who's going to do the training? Who's going to do all the managing? Because he's not.
Well, do you know, wasn't he training Chisora at one point or advising him?
Yeah, but then Derek was like, "Why am I paying people all this money? I know the game just as well as they do."
Yeah, yeah. There's always that, isn't there? There's always
David loves boxing, but he can't deal with people who aren't as good as he is. He's a good boxing mind, but he wouldn't want to be a trainer because yeah, I mean he's got solid standards. Like he'd get frustrated now. That's why he gave the gym up. But also remember that the gym was a part of the sponsorship deal as well. So you imagine there's someone counting the costs, going, "Look, I know we sponsor you, but mate, do we still need this gym? It's costing us $100,000 a year plus business rates."
Mm.
I think it's a dark kitchen now. The last time I checked, it was either dark kitchen or CrossFit gym.
Yeah. Okay. How long we got left? What time?
But I've got
15
no
minutes.
idea what time we started, but we should be all right.
Saturday 11. It's 10 past 10. So we've got about 15 minutes. I do want to talk about the Crusher Ben situation because people in the industry keep saying to me, "Do you know what? I think Eddie's had enough of it now. It's gone on that long enough." And I sensed some the other day in an interview young Ben did. I kind of got the impression that he felt he looked to me a little bit fed up in that last interview. He'd be cool, and he looked like he's ready to throw a towel in and go, "Do you know what? We've said what we've said. I don't know how it's going to be system, but I'm going to take my punishment. I think he's going to come and it's a fair cop, but I don't know how it's going to be system. But either we should have said it 2 years ago. Do you think?"
Um,
People are saying he's going to go guilty, aren't they? No, I just wants it over with because they've exhausted every avenue and nobody's listening. They're going to go on that way, aren't they? But we'll see.
the thing is, it's difficult, right? Because only he knows on what basis the appeal was upheld, right? Only him and the board know. Or actually, him, the board, and UCAD know. We have no idea because I don't even think we get to read it.
No.
We should be able to. I think that's the right thing to do, but we don't get to read it. His only option is to go to the court of arbitration for sport in Lausanne, Switzerland. He can go and do that, but on what basis are you going to challenge your decision? I don't know if you can. And then when's the earliest slot they can convene? Let's say it's October. By the time you're reinstated, it's the end of the year anyway. Your career is pretty much a wrap. Do you know what I mean? Like you're burning the best years of your life, and you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. The board just won't license him. That's what's going to happen here. The board will not license him because they don't have to. They're under no duty to license him. If he gets a foreign license, they're under no duty to recognize that license. Then he'd have to sue them again. That's another year and a half. No career. And you'd have burned through the best part of £500,000 for what?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
Take the ban that's coming. Like he should never have jumped in that ring thinking he was clever fighting in America, because then they could have backdated it. They can't backdate it now because he's four.
I said that to my pal and I says, you know what, he might regret just having them two fights in America. He said, no, video saws it, apples and pears plot up. I went, look, you might regret that. And he might not, because they can't backdate it now, because he's fought twice, and like you just said.
Yeah. So I think he's in a real mess. And I have a feeling Hearn was one that was telling him, I don't know if you can fight this one. And it's because it's the nature of the substance that makes it awkward. Like if you get done for
a light substance, it's not so bad, is it? Like the
No,
like
no, 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 no,
Dylan
no.
got done. Enzo
It's not.
Maccarinelli got done for a light one, didn't he?
That's not. No, it's not that, Russ. It's not that. It's that clomiphene is so cheap to make. You wouldn't make it in a supplement company because you can't get the economies of scale that a pharmaceutical company can, right? But you can with steroids because you can sell the steroids cheaper than the pharmaceutical company does. You see what I mean? So I'd make them in the same factory. So I can understand cross contamination if some of that testosterone powder gets into your protein powder. Yeah, I can because you'd make that stuff. But because clomiphene is normally pharmaceutical grade, you wouldn't have pharmaceutical grade stuff being made next to supplements. It's not possible. The factories aren't allowed to be set up that way. So if you get done with clomiphene, it can't be contamination of supplements. And he said it's not contamination through eggs. Conor Bennett said it's not eggs. So there's no other option unless he's saying it's a lab error, but he hasn't sued the lab. And remember, these are the same labs that tell you if you got cancer or not. So if he's saying that the lab is wrong, then they'd have to go and look at all of their samples, all of their chain of custody. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So he has to be very careful what he says. You can't just say, "Oh, the lab did this," because then that lab would be like, "Hold on, we need to sue you because you're affecting our reputation." You see them. He's just in a. This is the mother of all messes. The easiest thing would have just been to say, "It was in my system. We were trying for a kid. Yeah, should have had a TUE. He'd have got 18 months, 2 year ban, slap on the wrist, warning, whatever."
Therapeutic exemption certificate.
Yeah, yeah. That's,
But
but
now
this is
he's
what
in a
this
bit
is.
of a pickle now, isn't he? Really massive one now, isn't he? He's like really up against it.
Yeah, it's going to be awkward when he has to take that ban because remember, this is essentially a fight for boxing's integrity, and this is a fight for UCAD's integrity. Because if Conor Benn's allowed to win this, then all you need to do is lawyer up, and it doesn't matter what substance you take; they can't tell you anything.
Yeah.
Look what happened with Dillian. Dillian couldn't fight here; he had to go and fight in Ireland.
Yeah, you know what? There's a smell around this Conor Ben thing with America and Dylan White with his Portugal license and Texas Commission thing and now in Ireland and all that. Why are these people being allowed to box when the British Boxing Board of Control, who invented boxing, by the way, am I right? Didn't they? I got that wrong.
I think it was Marcus of Queensbury, but we'll
Marcus
go with
Green,
the
but
board.
you know what I mean, don't you? We're Brits. We're Brits. We invented it, didn't we? Not Yanks. So going through all that and then they're carrying off like this, all of them, it's crazy. Mad.
If I was the board, I wouldn't allow anyone that previously held a British license to hold a foreign license. I just wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see, but Crusher Ben, he's had two paydays, hasn't he, in 2 years now. It's not fought in UK for 2 years next week. So he hasn't fought here for 2 years, and it looks like he's not going to be fighting here for at least this year now, doesn't he?
No chance.
Eubank,
So
what it's effectively done, it's part Christopher Eubank Jr. up, isn't it?
no, Eubank at this point now should just be like, I'll fight Crawford.
Yeah.
That's all I'd be saying if I was Eubank now, guys, I'll fight Crawford. O2, buy me a stadium.
That's what you'd be saying, yeah.
Yeah, fight Crawford. He needs a dance partner. I think Eubank's tough enough to do this. We don't think he'll win, but as Brits, you know we're coming out for that fight.
Yeah, timer's on now. 4 minutes 80 left. 58, right. Ngannou, are you fed up of his excuses? Ngannou.
Which ones? For losing to Joshua?
Yeah.
He lost because he's not a good boxer. It's as simple as that. Yeah. A lot of boxing fans allowed themselves, like they did with Conor McGregor, they allowed themselves to get swayed by things that don't make any sense.
Yeah.
Joshua may not be a great boxer, but my goodness, he knows a ring better than Ngannou does. And that was obvious.
Ngannou, when that punch was coming, he was like that. And he never went to the left or to the right. He just stood there. And the best thing about it is Joshua didn't just pull it from there. He pulled it from right back, didn't he? So it's got to travel to that bit there first, and then that, and it's still hitting for long. What
But
happens?
remember, in MMA, you don't really move your head, right?
I know, yeah, because
Because
the way he got kicks, aren't they, and that. But
yeah,
you would have thought that he would have took that out of his mindset and said to himself, right, it's just the hands. But it was like he were waiting for one of them wanting to come. Like, that's what it
yeah,
looked like. But it reminded me when Ali were hitting form and were right hand leads and it was just a cheek of it. You know what? I'm just going to throw it. And Joshua managed to pull it off, didn't he? Because the guy was a big, stiff, static target, wasn't he? But basically,
yeah. It makes you wonder what's up with Fury then.
well, did Fury just not train and tell us he did and just do what he wanted and fumble his way?
Even
So,
if he didn't train, you're telling me he didn't have enough pop to just put Ngannou down.
well, he didn't, did he? And maybe and it's supposed to be a big hitter, Tyson. It's just that the style that Peter gave him were designed to protect his chin. You know, be defensive,
Yeah,
try and win fights on points or stop him late on. He never he can punch though because Peter told me he says he can whack, but his style he don't need to. But once that his legs went, he's having to sit down on punches and let hands go more. And everybody was saying, "Oh, look what he's added to his game." Yeah, he only added that to his game, Tyson, because he lost the movement, didn't he? Because he's not Mr. Fainty no more and on his toes, is he? Do you remember? Like Vladimir fight. But that
yeah,
nearly
exactly.
did it. All his foot hanging off, wasn't it, at end?
Yeah,
You know. So he's changed his style. Everybody's saying, "Oh, great, great! This Sugar Hill knows what he's doing. He's got on a Tyson, letting his hands go pop, pop, bang." Yeah, he did, John, but only because the legs are gone. Once your legs are gone, you have to adapt. Ali had the same problem. His legs went. He adapted, didn't he? And Tyson's done that, and that's brilliant. But I personally think that all them long layoffs, and we all know he likes to go out, have a shandy and whatnot. I think it's all caught up with him, in my opinion, just like it did Ricky Hatton. Let's have it right. Well, wrapped in cotton wool all his career, wasn't he? And then Dennis tried to step it up. They ran a mile, didn't they, when he put him in Castillo? Castillo, they wanted to get rid of Dennis after that, didn't they?
I've
So,
said it before, man. Boxing rewards the faithful.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Have a look. Oh, we've got 2 minutes 50 left. Terry, anything you want to say or add, or do you want to wrap it up?
No, no, no. I'm all good, mate.
Oh, good. You got a good
What
week.
do we say? Keep keep supporting boxing. Don't have nightmares.
Yeah.
Pop, pop, bloody bang.
I'm off to Wolverhampton on
To
Thursday
do what?
to watch Mary's Angel, I think it's called. Kevin's Donkey.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Have fun.
yeah, let's hope this one finishes in race. But I'm going to go there. And but yeah, so it's at Wolverhampton. It's out of Toxteth to win. I remember that because I was in Blunderston on a HMP. You know, back in the last big set.
Yeah.
All right down there, actually. Where are you from? Yorkshire. Why were you from, mate? Norwich. Norwich. I goes, oh, Norwich. Where's that? Oh, it's near Great Yarmouth. I drive a tractor. Well, I enjoyed it in there. And all they used to do in there, you know, were brew hooch. That's all they did in there, mate. Brew hooch, pissed up, walking about, whacking screws in there, mate. I'm like, wow. In Moreland,
Yeah.
they've got weed. Now down here, there's some yeast flying about. Everybody pissed out the minds. Everybody had a bottle of Kiora orange bottle on the radiators while they're going to sell. How come everybody's got a bottle of Kiora on the radiators around here? Obviously, I know. And they were there topping it up with bits of sugar and that while it's cooking on.
Yeah.
Good life, I had some good times. See, that's another jail story I keep telling. I made most of it, me, because I'm happy go lucky, aren't I? I was take piss. That's all you fucking can do in there, isn't it? So, good now. Right, I'm going to get off because Biggin's here. Biggin, the Biggin from Wigan.
All
Uh,
right, mate.
have a great week, Terry. Love you to death. And if you see Rico, you waste man, give me a ring.
All right, mate. See you
Take
soon.
care. Bye bye.
All right, bye.
I think that's about it. We're going to wrap it up. Wednesday. Having a great week. We're going to wrap it up now, and I might be going to Malta to see my pal. Pop, pop, bang. Go on, peace out. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leaving a comment. I want to thank everybody lately for subscribing and leaving comments. Very important. You tell me what you think of the video. If you don't like it, say your bit. If you like it, say your bit. If you want to get personal, porkycorner@mail.com. And if you've got any knackers, come and do a Zoom with me. Hokeycorner@mail.com. I've just said it. I'm like a fucking airborne repeater. Peace out.